I lost a lot of faith in certain people. Yeah, I lost because they got duped by the Democrats.
Duped by the Democrats. Fact check, Trump and his MAGA followers were the ones pushing Epstein conspiracies.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
We have flight logs. We have information, names that will come out.
What names are in there, man? You understand how many powerful people probably want this thing to desperately go away?
This is another government gangster operation.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
Those claims had a very real impact. And now new polling shows 67% of Americans believe the government under Trump is, quote, covering up evidence related to the Epstein case. That includes 59% of Trump voters. Now, in a twist you could not make up, Alex Jones, of all people, is accusing Trump of cult-like behavior over his demands for silence on Epstein.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro. Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished. And I'm not saying Trump land is a cult. The Democrats are the cult of hating reason and logic and common sense. But when Trump starts behaving like that, it starts getting into cult territory.
And joining me now is Brandy Zadrozny, MSNBC senior enterprise reporter and an expert in all the dark online weird spaces that many of us avoid for our mental health. Brandy, when you've lost Alex Jones, you can hear him in that clip, like struggling with the cognitive dissonance of it all. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, well, last time he got on camera, he said he almost threw up and he was crying. So this is kind of a step up, I think.
He's doing better, you mean?
7 stages of grief,
okay.
Perhaps. Yeah, it's really a nightmare for Trump. This is like somebody made a joke that it was like they all got into a meeting together and decided the worst way to handle it, and then they did even worse than that. Like they couldn't have handled this any more poorly. And so, like, what do you do now? What's the answer, right? And so if they want to get their base back, the good thing is about this, for them at least, and I hate to give them tips, but it's just to release as much information as possible, because as one of your last guests said, there is no way, like Trump can always, for the base at least, he can always get out of whatever he does. He had that famous quote, I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. He can pretty much do anything he wants. And unless there's something really, really horrific in these files, if it's just a name, I can't imagine what it is that would make his base leave him. The only thing that will make his base angry is withholding this information.
So you think even if he is in there, he doesn't lose his base?
We don't know what's in the files, right? We really have no idea. But if there was a crime that was that obvious, then someone would be charged for it, right? It was in investigators' hands. There was It's not like we have no evidence to suggest they buried all of this. So evidence would seem to suggest that whatever's in there isn't so bad that it would be such a crime that it would alienate his base or make his base angry with him.
Break down for me why, for so many on the right and in these sort of conspiracy-addled spaces, Epstein matters so deeply. I mean, people get emotional over this stuff. And people who otherwise kind of take Trump's bait and his explanation, his story, they're not buying right now that this is all just about Comey and Obama and Biden, which Trump has kind of tried to twist this to be the last few days. It doesn't seem like they're accepting that narrative, which tells me there's something deeper here. What is it?
Well, every good conspiracy theory has a kernel of truth, right? And this one has an ear of corn. It has at the center of it, a horrific story with hundreds of young girls abused by a man who seemingly used his wealth and connections to evade any real sense of punishment, right? He got the sweetheart deal. He did get a sweetheart deal. There are questions surrounding that sweetheart deal that have never really been answered. But at the heart of it, I want to remind us, is those hundreds of girls who that sweetheart deal never considered, never consulted. They left them without real justice. And the same thing is happening now. We're talking all day long about the Epstein files, the Epstein files. What about the girls who are at the center of this? What about the victims? How do we protect them? I think that's really important. But going forward, that's a reasonable person would be concerned with that, right? Like your family members who really care now about it. Let's talk about the conspiracy theories that have been born out of this. There is a central conspiracy theory that has gone from Pizzagate to QAnon, and that is that the world, and before that, the protocols of Zion, and conspiracy theories that are hundreds of years old, and that is that there is a big cabal of powerful people, usually they're Jewish, and they control the world, and they either dine on the blood of children or they sexually abuse children. That is the conspiracy theory. And that exists today in various forms. For the MAGA faithful that really embrace this conspiracy theory, Trump is the one who will save us all, and he always has been. And so for Trump now to say, losers, there's nothing here. Look at what we're doing over here.
He was saying today that he doesn't even really want the support of people anymore who are into this. Yeah. I mean, it made me wonder for a second, like if I had hallucinated that more than a dozen right-wing influencers were invited to the White House not that long ago, did photo ops with binders, like that happened, right?
Well,
Randy, I didn't make that up.
No, but that was the beginning of the betrayal, right? Because we have strung and by we, I mean them, they have strung their supporters along for so long. We're going to get it. We're going to release it. Here's some binders full of things that have already been released. And that was the first crack in the dam that I saw when they released those binders and humiliated those right-wing influencers in front of all of their supporters.
They genuinely felt humiliated by that.
They said the word humiliated, that they brought them there, they humiliated them. That's why everybody was against Bondi at first, is because she was the one that passed out the binders. So that fault was with her. And that was the first crack in the dam. But now, again, this unforced error that I'm hearing, somebody tell the man to stop tweeting. He is, with each time, he just makes it worse. It's kind of wild to see. But again, the thing is, I truly believe, knowing this population, that he can make it better in an instant by giving them some real information, whether that's good for victims, whether that's good for people who are implicated in these files that didn't do anything wrong but are about to get, WikiLeaks or Pizzagated by this, data dump. That remains to be seen.